My name is Jori Mylläri and I am the export manager of Leguan lifts. Today we will go through the basic use and main components of Leguan 190. This video does not replace reading of the user manual and it is strictly made for Leguan distributor training purposes. The working height of Leguan 190 is 19 meters or 62 feet. And the spider lift is equipped with separately controlled lower boom and upper boom with the great up and over reach, which makes it a great spider lift, for example, for arborists or construction sites. The machine also has a hydraulic telescope and a chip boom with a platform lifting capacity of 230 kilograms or 507 pounds. The weight of the machine is just under 2,700 kilograms or 5,900 pounds, making it easily transportable on site. You can find more information about Leguan 190 from the user manual or from our brochures.
Hello everyone, my name is Mikko Toivonen. I am the after-sales engineer of Leguan lifts. Next up we're going to go through the main components of the Leguan 190. This unit is equipped with track chassis, but Leguan 190 is also available with 4-wheel drive. On the side of the boom we can see the lower control panel where we can use all the boom movements, which can also be used from the platform, where the outrigger and drive controls are also located at. If your Leguan 190 has remote controls installed, they would be located underneath the drive control panel. This unit also has optional electric use, which you can see from the plug at the back of the chassis. The fuses for the electric use are located on top of the plug. A standard Leguan 190 is equipped with booster points, which are connected straight to the starter battery. The optional electric use also includes outlets in the basket with RCD on them. Standard feature Leguan 190 is also equipped with basket rotation, which we can have the electric motor here for. Also on this side we can check the hydraulic oil level over here, and we have the fuel tank located at the front of the machine. The capacity of the fuel tank is 12.5 liters or 3.3 gallons. Some important information about the machine can be found from the type plate of the machine, and also next to it we have the annual inspection date marked on it, which can be located on some other part of the machine as well. Lifting points are located at the end of outriggers, and the fastening points are located at each corner of the machine, where you can tie the machine to the trailer. On the other side of the machine we have the mechanical hour meter and the emergency lowering system. Also worth mentioning is the quickly detachable basket. Before removing the basket, lift the step, take off the electric block, take out the locking pin, after which you can remove the safety pin of the machine. After removing the pin, you can take off the basket.
When you are ready to start operating the machine, first start the main switch by choosing either platform control or lower controls. In case you have the optional remote control with the machine, you need to choose the lower control and choose the right side remote control with the higher switch. After you turn on the main switch, you will hear a signal sound, which means that it's possible to start the engine. After this sound, it's possible to start operating the machine. You can also see that the service screen starts and the machine will go through all of the warning lights. Now, if we want to start the engine from the lower controls, first we choose the most right-handed side, lower control, and we start the engine with either of these buttons. The lower button is for the electric use, if your machine is equipped with one. The higher button is the diesel engine. After starting the diesel engine, there is an automatic glow function, and you can see the light here representing that. To stop the engine, you press the same button. As you heard, Leguan 190 is equipped with automatic RPM function. So if you don't use any functions of the machine, the RPM goes automatically down to decrease the fuel consumption. Also, if you leave on the main switch for a long period of time, you might drain the battery. And for this reason, the machine is making a periodical signal sound stating that the main switch is still on. So when finishing the operation, turn the main switch off. After turning the main switch off, you can also take off the key to prevent unauthorized use of the spider lift. When you have chosen the lower controls, it's not possible to take off the key. However, if you have chosen the platform controls selection, it's possible to take the key with you all the way to the basket. But we don't recommend doing this because if something happens to you in the basket, the ground personnel, they will need this key to turn the machine to lower controls and in emergency situation, for example, bring down the booms. So we recommend to keep the key and prevent unauthorized personnel from accessing the area. Now we will show you how to operate the spider lift from the platform. So we will choose the platform selection and then go up in the basket. If the engine is already on and you choose the selection from lower controls to platform, it turns off the engine automatically. Now you can step up the platform and start the engine from the platform controls instead. Here at the platform controls, we have all of the same levers for boom functions as you found on the lower controls. Also, we can start the engine and stop the engine here on the platform. However, we have many extra functions we can do from the platform that is not possible to perform at the lower controls. The platform is also equipped with a rain cover that can be locked from the side. And this unit also has a LED light for the operating controls. That makes it much easier to use the machine also in darker places. Your Leguan 190, as any Leguan, always has the user manual located in the box on the platform. This unit also has the optional feature for pressured water or air to hose the platform that is located over here. If your country regulations demand the use of deadman switch when operating the platform, the deadman switch is located here at the bottom of the platform and it can be operated with your foot. Okay, so now let's go through the controls here on the platform. So starting from the lower right corner, we have the start-stop buttons for the electric engine, if it's installed, and the diesel engine. It has the same glowing sign here in the middle. Next to it, we have the speed selection: turtle, rabbit, and if your unit is equipped with the optional third speed automatic transmission, then you also have the faster speed that doubles the second speed on the right. Turtle is designed for turning and controlling operating the spider lift in tight places. And the second speed, rapid, you will reach about 2.5 kilometers or 1.6 miles per hour speeds. With the optional third speed, you can reach transition speeds of up to 5.2 kilometers per hour or 3.2 miles per hour. Third speed is good when traveling longer distances on job site. Above the speed selection, we have the manual control of all the outriggers. Each outrigger can be controlled separately. For example, if you need to lower some of the outriggers on the side when traveling on slope. However, this machine, Leguan 190, is equipped with automatic leveling. The Leguan 190 also has a standard feature to rotate the platform. The rotation is happening with electric motor. And up here there are some features that might not be installed in your machine, but if you have, for example, work lights on the platform, you can turn them on from over here. Also, there's optional button for outrigger beacons as well as the signal horn. The LED lights of the operating platform can be turned off or on with this button here. Over here is the emergency stop switch. If it is activated, you can see that there are some warning lights burning over here. Now if you try to start the engine, the lights are blinking, and this is a sign saying that the emergency stop switch is activated. After deactivating the switch, you can see the machine going through all of the different warning lights and lights over here. Let's do it again. So we'll go through the lights next. Over here you see that the slewing is in the middle or the center position. The next light over here shows that the transportation position is okay, as it says here. So now it's possible to start driving the machine. After that, there's the fuel light showing that you're low on fuel. And the last warning light over here is the tilting alarm. The Leguan 190 has certain values during driving or when the outriggers are leveled, when it will show you the alarm. Over here you can see the overload warning sign. It means that the weight in basket exceeds over 230 kilograms or 507 pounds. Next to it is the outreach warning signal. It will start blinking when you're close to reaching the maximum outreach for the machine. When you have reached the maximum outreach, the light will burn all the time. The last warning signal over here is the error code. So it means that there is some kind of error code in the system that can be seen from the service display. Next to the emergency stop switch, we have the electric emergency lowering system. And down here is the emergency override button. Alright, couple of safety precautions before operating the machine. First of all, PPE. So make sure that you are attached to the machine with your harness and that you have all the necessary safety equipment needed for the job. Secondly, make sure that you're aware of the surroundings. Check that there's no personnel that you could be hitting with your machine. Before starting to operate the booms, make sure that you check towards the movement, that there's no overhead obstacles or any other dangers on the way. When coming down with your platform, make sure that there's no one below or you're not hitting any branches or any similar obstacles that could be causing a danger to the machine or the users.
When operating the outriggers, you will only need to press the automatic leveling button once, and the machine will deploy the outriggers, move them all the way to the ground, and then level the machine. To get the outriggers off the ground, you will need to press the upper automatic leveling button once, and it will take them off the ground enough for driving. To get the outriggers all the way up, you need to keep the button pressed all the time. When using manual leveling, always choose 2 outriggers at the same time. You need to follow the water level to stabilize the machine. The green light will also come on when the machine is leveled. Always, after leveling, double check the water level to make sure the machine is leveled. Also, ensure that the tracks or wheels are off the ground. The automatic leveling also works efficiently on slopes. When using the outriggers, check the ground conditions and use additional outrigger pads if required.
Now let's go to the boom control. The speed selection that we explained earlier about does not affect the movement of the booms, only the driving speed. Firstly, the lower boom is controlled by the first lever. Push it upwards and the lower boom starts racing. The next lever controls the upper boom. Push it forwards and the upper boom races. Next up is the slewing. You can control the slewing to the left by pushing the lever and to the right by pulling it towards you. The hydraulic telescope is controlled with the fourth lever from the right. Pull it towards you and the telescope starts moving outwards. The chip boom is controlled with the fifth lever. Pull it towards you to raise the chip up. The last control lever is for the basket tilting. All of these boom movements can be also controlled simultaneously. However, never use the basket tilting at the same time with the upper boom due to the hydraulic system. However, we recommend that you use 2 or maximum 3 control levers simultaneously for maximum speed and full control of the machine. When starting the operation and trying to reach the final destination up in the air, it's recommended to first use the lower and upper boom simultaneously. After you reach the desired height, then go towards your final destination with the telescope and the chip boom. When reaching close to the maximum outreach of the machine, you will hear a beeping sound that is telling you that you are close to the maximum. When you reach the maximum outreach, the machine does not allow you to move anymore towards the away from the center position. When your job is finished up in the air, you can start going towards the transport position by pulling in the telescopic boom and the chip boom. After the telescopic boom is all the way in, then it's time to lower the upper boom. You can simultaneously already lower the lower boom as well. When the upper boom is all the way in downward position and you start slewing the machine, when you are finding the center position, the machine will make a signal sound and the light will start burning, pointing out the machine is now in center position. For this light to be able to burn, the telescopic boom has to be all the way in and the upper boom has to be in lowest position. After this, you can bring down the lower boom as well. And while bringing the lower boom down, make sure that the booms go on the transport support. After the machine is in transport position, the green light will indicate it here on the platform. Okay, here at the lower controls you can find the same control levers for controlling the booms that you found up in the platform. The only difference is that the basket tilting is not located here at the lower controls. You can also find here the emergency stop switch and the emergency override button, as well as some of the warning lights that were located at the platform. In countries where the dead man switch is required, the dead man switch is located here, meaning that you have to hold down the button to the left to be able to control any of the boom movements. The lower controls are typically used for in a situation, for example, if something happened up in the basket and the operator is not able to or capable to bring himself down safely. So for this purpose, I could bring down the basket back to the transport position. Or you can use these lower controls, for example, for demonstration purposes to lift up the basket at the exhibition venue. Here at the service display, you can find the same warning lights that are also located in the platform. On the platform, you can also find many information about the status of the machine, such as the voltage of the battery, the tilting, current tilting of the machine, or load on the basket, etc. You can also use this to find error codes and other things that we will go through in the service training. The Leguan 190 can be equipped with an optional remote control. With the remote control, you can drive the machine and control the outriggers. The remote control comes together with an extra battery. The extra battery has a designated place for charging it while using the machine in the same remote control box that is located under the drive controls. We'll go through the controls of the remote control. First, make sure that the emergency switch is in the upright position. Start the remote control with this button. Here, this button is controlling the automatic leveling of the machine. You can also control the outriggers with 4 separate outrigger movements with these buttons. Electric engine and diesel engine both have their own start-stop buttons. Driving is controlled with 2 levers, so both of the tracks or tires can be controlled separately. There's also a speed control for driving. When turning off the remote control, just press the emergency switch and the remote control is turned off.
Before driving, check your surroundings and take a stable driving position. Use one hand to secure yourself and the other one for drive levers. When starting to move with faster speeds, use committed movements to avoid jumping. Leguan 190 has high track design and good ground clearance, which makes it easy to drive on off-road. When driving on steep slopes, go basket uphill. It is also recommended to drive directly uphill and not sideways. When driving on slopes, it it is recommended to have the outriggers close to the ground to avoid tipping over. But make sure that the outriggers doesn't touch the ground.
So let's picture a situation where the operator has run out of fuel and he's still in the air. Or maybe there was some kind of emergency. There's an easy way to get the platform down on the ground safely. That's why we have the electric emergency lowering. You can find exactly the same button up in the platform, but now we will be presenting how to use the lower controls. So, first of all, you read the instructions. It's stating that choose first lower controls from the ignition key. After that, select the direction by turning the button. There's clear instruction for the lowering order. First boom, secondly chip boom, and then the second boom. Activate lowering by pushing the button. Then choose the next boom and again push the button. This will lower the platform safely all the way down. However, if there's a need that the platform needs to be rotated, or if it's on top of some object and you need to get some of the booms or the platform higher, in this kind of case, you should read the emergency procedures that is located next to the lower controls. The emergency procedures are located here next to the lower controls. Please read them carefully before operating the machine. In case there's an emergency and you can't get the platform safely down just by lowering the platform, this machine is equipped with hand pump. First, unscrew the screw to get the hand pump out. After that, open the cover for operating the hand pump. After this, you can start pumping and choose, for example, the rotating direction where you want to rotate the platform. This way, you can also control upwards movement, for example, of one of the upper or lower boom to be able to get the person safely out if he's on top of some ledge, for example.